everyone, Laurel here with another video for my 25 Days of Christmas video series. Today's video is all about watercolored backgrounds using just one paintbrush, and we're going to do all these cards in today's video in almost no time at all. This is the DaVinci 30 spin flat brush. And I am using Altenew pan watercolors for all of my backgrounds today. The first card's the quickest and easiest. It's just creating an ombre background. So I picked up one color ink and I started dark at the top and then just added more water. So easy to do. Just, I mean, you could bang out 50 of these cards in 20 minutes because this is the gist of that, to create beautiful backgrounds using this brush. The second card, we're going to kind of create a three-tone look there. So I took my paintbrush, and it's wide enough to be able to hit all three of those colors that are side by side. So I'm just kind of dabbing them in, making sure that I've got all three colors on the tip of that paintbrush, and then I'm just doing some swiping down brush strokes, and that's it. I mean, so easy. This one, I'm just creating a watercolor background. First, I'm putting down some kind of teal paint here, and I've got a cup of water up there in the right hand corner. That's what you see me dipping to. And then I'm going to go in with the darker blue, and I'm going to keep adding water and adding blue until I get the look that I want. Now if you put water down first, the water actually does all the blending for you, but it also will soften your colors. If you want more intense colors, don't add as much water. So I'll set that aside to dry. The next one, we're going to go a little bit more vibrant here. So I've got a purple, and I'm picking it up off the pan. There's actually three color purples that I'm picking up from the pan there. And then I'll go in and swipe in some aqua. And you're able to do all this with this brush because it's flat and so long and the bristles are so stiff. So here's a look at the backgrounds we created today, and we'll take a closer look at each one of them for you. I'm going to do a couple things to each of the background panels just to jazz it up a little bit. So let's start with this one, this little ombre background there. I'm just going to take some dirty water, like literally with that brush, and I just flicked on dirty water. See, I use everything, even my dirty water. Now I cleaned off my brush, and I'm going into the Altenew pan there and pulling up a light blue with a really watery brush. I made sure to make sure the tip of that brush was very watery. But then I dabbed off some of that water on a towel, and then I'm picking up some color and I'm flicking it on directly without watering it down. And you can see how intense those water splotches are. I think it's just so pretty. So this is the panel we did where we swiped on different colors of purple, and then we swiped on some aqua. Well, now I'm going in with some water and just kind of blending out those lines just a little bit, just so I didn't have such harsh lines. So you can go in and do some blending here with this brush. I'm using the edge of it, as you can see, and just softening this all down until I'm happy with how it looks. Apparently I wasn't. So I'm going to go in and do some more flicking. This is exactly how I work. I just play until I like how it looks. Isn't that crazy? But that's the fun about watercoloring. It's really, I think I have my iPad going. I'm probably watching Love Actually, the little Christmas movie. That's what I typically watch each year. And that's just playing in the background, and I'm just mindlessly doing this. It's fantastic. So here's a look at the panels there with the little bit of texture that we added. And now we're going to create these all into cards. Now it's time to get going. I'm using the same stamp sets, Wonderful Time of the Year from Catherine Pooler, and this one is Wonderland Print B from the 10 Stamps, because they have really big, bold sentiments. And since these backgrounds, really, I want to be the star of this particular video, I just wanted simple sentiments. So I went ahead and inked that image up with Versamark ink. I'm sprinkling on some alabaster white embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, and then I'll go ahead and heat set it. This is a shimmer spray from W+9. I don't know if they make it anymore, but anything like Perfect Pearls or anything will work. So you're going to get those water droplets like you can see here, but you're also going to get the shine from that shimmer spray as well. So just a very subtle added accent, but I really think it's pretty. Here's the little watercolor background we did. This is All That Jazz ink from Catherine Pooler. I'm going to stamp this stamp set with that. I'm using my Misty in case I don't do a great job of inking up my stamp, but I did this time. And that's this card. I left this one very simple. I did nothing to it. And you'll see all the card bases at the end of the video. So here's the one where we did that little blending back in with the brush and the two different color backgrounds. This is Flirty Fuchsia ink from Catherine Pooler. And I'm leaving this card alone. See, you can really whip out a whole, and these are, you know, flat, no extra postage, no. This is Sweet 16 in Aquatini ink from Catherine Pooler. I'm inking up the image with those two different color inks to kind of create this gradation of a sentiment. And then I'm going to go in with the Holiday Trimmings stamp set from Catherine Pooler. It's from one of the Stamp of Approval releases. I think the first year, pretty sure it was the first year. And that'll be this card. And this went on that Dirty Waters background. Who knew dirty water could look so good? I love it. All right, so this is the one where we swiped on those 3 different colors of reds. So to break this up a little bit, I cut a square from some white cardstock, and I just have it sitting there just for layout purposes. Ignore how that's all set up. I'm stamping the sentiment with Samba ink, and then I will sprinkle on clear embossing powder and heat set that just to give me a nice dimensional shine on that particular sentiment there, just to break up this card just a little bit since there's a lot going on. And that's this card. Oh, I adhered a coffee cup. That's right. I had these little coffee cup embellishments from Spellbinders, and I thought it was perfect to add to that card. But I didn't film that. I don't know why. I'm sorry. So this is the background where we flicked on some ink with the brush, stamping the sentiment with blackjack ink. Thank God I used my Misty for that one. Then I will also heat emboss that with some clear embossing powder. And that's like a little fun, artsy kind of background there. This is a stamp set from Ellen Hudson. These little gingerbread guys are so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and line them up to where they're like holding hands. Little sweet little boy-girl crush. And I'll ink that up with the same blackjack ink there. And then I needed some kind of border to separate the gingerbread men from the sentiment, so I just cut a piece of black cardstock I grabbed out of the garbage, and I'll just adhere that down with that Gina Connect glue, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan. It took me a while to jump on that bandwagon, and I've had it forever. But it's that fine tip and that little tube, and it goes on white and dries clear. Yeah, man. I'm digging it. So this is the card that we did at the very beginning of the video where we were creating that ombre background with some green paint. Remember that at the very beginning of the video? Well, I heat embossed a sentiment with Brutus Monroe gilded ink, and then I've created dash lines with a gold Sharpie that I had in my stash, and then just flicked on some of that Sharpie by dipping that pen into some water. And that get it, the tip good and wet, and then I was able to flick on that gold. So here's a look at all of the cards that we created. This one right here is plain, but I did adhere that to some sparkling silver card base. This one, the one we just did, is on some sparkling gold. Oh yeah, look at that cup. I wish I got that on video, but all I did was stick it on there. How cute is that cup? I'm thirsty now. Thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. This is sparkly and shiny because of that shimmer spray we added to that background. And then my little gingerbread people. So here you go. How many cards? 7 cards today, creating all those backgrounds using just that one brush. And then you can incorporate your design using whatever products you have in your stash. I'm telling you. All right, so here is another video for my series complete. I am creating a playlist for all of my videos that I will link here as well. And come back tomorrow. Let's see what I've got tomorrow in store. Because as of this time that I've done this voiceover, I don't know. I will see you tomorrow, I hope. Bye.